pilots, welcome back to Motion RC Live. I'm your product specialist Wesley, and today we're going to be doing a little hangout. We're getting ready for Top Gun to start next week, and I figured I'd go live and talk a little bit about the event we're going to be attending, what it takes to join Top Gun if you're interested in doing it. We'll also go over some of the practices we've been doing to get ready for this event. We actually filmed a few of the flights last week with some of the guys that are flying with us at the event. We've got a nice little group of guys that are coming to join the Motion RC team to fly with us at the event with their products, and we're super looking forward to spending that time with them. As everybody gets in today, let me know if you can hear and see us good as always. We love seeing it. I have the comment section right over here so I can see it. Victor Shamulus, Victor RC Jets, welcome in. He says, hello pilots. Can't wait for the F-35 to come back in stock from Stud Note. Yeah, that is a great airplane. Michael Reitzka, awesome to see you, buddy. Big Jim RC, Wes, what's up? Good to see everybody today on this beautiful Friday afternoon, though. I'm in a kind of different corner of the shop, too. This is kind of going to be my hangout area when I come to just talk to you guys and kind of go over some stuff like this where we're not really building as much. Another little update is Jerry McGee is going to be joining us in the Motion RC tent. For those guys that know Jerry or have seen him in some of our content, he's going to be flying his Nexa Bearcat, and I've actually got it here in front of me, the cockpit for it right here, but I'm currently getting it ready for him. We're going to get this flown on Sunday, hopefully, and that's going to be his airplane that he's going to be flying at Top Gun. I'll be flying the Mitsubishi Zero from Black Horse, and that's our two main airplanes that we're doing in the main event. Now, EDF class, we're definitely going to be representing this year. So our buddy Drew, he's a young member at the IRCC club, the club that I'm a member of and fly at regularly. He's going to be joining us at the Motion RC tent, flying his T-33 from Freewing, and we do have a video of that coming up. We have Jerry again flying his F4 Phantom from Freewing, and then I'm going to be flying the Eurofighter 90mm in the event. And I believe the local Futaba rep, John, is going to be flying with us also, but I'm not sure what airplane he's going to fly. I know he's got a Blue Angels F-14 that he really likes, but I don't know if that qualifies with Top Gun because it's not a real airplane. It's a fantasy scheme, so don't know on that yet. We're going to figure that out. But yeah, bad connection here, waiting for wife's internet. Okay, so it's not our connection, Victor. You're just having a bad connection from your end. Sorry to hear that. Going to order the B-2 and the P-38 Lightning. Oh, yeah. Too many planes, too little time. That's true. Oh, the P-38 Stud, you're going to love that airplane. It is a fantastic flyer. I need to get back out and fly it again on video. I haven't had a chance to fly it in a while. But I always enjoy flying the P-38. I have the Hobby Eagle Gyro, the A3L, in mine, and it really makes that a rock-solid flyer. So let's go on and talk a little bit more about Top Gun itself. I'm going to have Lori drop a link in the description for anybody that's interested in it. This is going to be a link to Frank Tiano Industries. This is the website for Top Gun, so if you're interested in where it is, the location, the dates of the event, or if you're interested in reading the rule book for this event, I like to call this one the Super Bowl of RC airplanes is what I call this event always to people when I try and explain what it is. But there is the complete rule book for it. Wild Bill, welcome in. And while we're waiting here, what I want to do is let's give you a practice flight. I'm going to go on and tell you a little bit about what you're going to see here. So this is going to be Drew's practice flight from last Saturday. So what he's going to start off with is he's going to read off his maneuvers to the judges of what he's going to be doing. And you're going to hear Jerry in the background kind of coaching him. While we were practicing, you're allowed to have a caller at Top Gun. So, you know, I'm going to call for Jerry. Jerry's going to call for me. One of us is going to call for Drew. You know, you go as a team. You want to do Top Gun as a group. This is where you're going to have the most fun. So you can be, you know, having your friends helping you fix your airplane, having your friend calling for you. Top Gun is always a lot more fun if you can do it with friends. And this is what I'm telling you. If you're interested in this, you want to have a group of guys do this, at least you and another person, because you want somebody to call for you while you're flying. I mean, they have callers out there, but this is where I have the most fun at these kind of events, is going with a group of people I know and getting to have fun and enjoy the event together. But you're going to hear Jerry in that background of the video, though, giving Drew his calls and kind of critiquing. But, Lori, if you've got that queued up, I'm going to stay quiet for a minute and let you guys just enjoy this. But this is Drew's practice flight, just so you know what's going on. So I'll meet back with you in just a few minutes. And hit it! Well, maybe. And hit it. And do I still have microphone? It's not working.
I don't know.
All right. Come back to me for a second. All right, Lori's going to try and figure out what happened. The video was working beforehand, and now it's not playing for some reason. No clue what happened. But for right now, let's see what's going on down here. Hey, it happens, right, Med? Med Scott, that was funny, right? It happens. That's part of lives. Let's see. Anybody else got any new airplanes going on right now while we're waiting for us to get this figured out? Broke it. That's right. Well, it happens.
Good afternoon,
Michael.
I'm Drew Powell.
Okay, Lori said she's got it now. All right, we're going to cue that video back up that we just led into. So here we go, guys.
My second will be a fast pass. My third will be a victory roll. My fourth will be a split S return. My fifth will be a slow pass. My sixth will be a loop. My seventh will be a military break into landing.
What is a military break, Drew?
It's where I come to me and I do an abrupt turn while pulling up and push it out to the field while doing a continuous circle.
Okay.
Up onto landing approach.
Ready?
Takeoff.
Full start.
Okay. My first maneuver is takeoff, starting now.
Maneuver.
Maneuver complete.
Yeah, do it as soon as you get up 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Next maneuver is fast pass.
My next maneuver is a fast pass, left to right.
Take your time.
Give yourself time.
On this heading, maneuver starting now. Maneuver complete.
Next maneuver is a victory roll.
My next maneuver is a victory roll.
Get your nose point release before you say on this heading.
On this heading, maneuver starting now. Maneuver complete.
Perfect.
My next maneuver will be a split S.
Make sure you maintain that altitude. Make sure you pull the power back when you roll over.
Okay.
You're about half throttle as you enter the maneuver. Don't come any lower. This is a plane record.
Okay, on this heading, starting
Roll over.
now.
Come down. Repeat. Maneuver complete.
Maneuver complete.
Next one is a slow pass
My next maneuver is a slow pass,
that you're going to set up for.
that I'm going to set up for. Okay, coming down.
3 green.
Flaps and gear down.
Huh?
Flaps and gear down.
Yeah, I said 3 green.
Okay.
Same thing. In the cockpit, you'll have 3 green. Don't get too slow in this corner. Okay, get ready. Got the flaps down.
Yes. Okay.
On this heading.
On this heading, maneuver starting now.
Maneuver complete.
Maneuver complete.
Next maneuver is a loop.
My next maneuver is a loop.
Time remaining 1 minute.
On this heading, starting now.
Pull. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Okay, fall back. Fall back. Pull out. There you go. Good.
Maneuver complete.
Next move is a military break.
My next maneuver is a military break into landing. On this heading, starting now.
Go. All right. Slow it down. Show that top of that. There you go. Looking good. Looking good. Slow it down. Flaps it down.
Yes.
And just hold that until you roll out over the center.
Maneuver complete. Starting landing maneuver.
Just let it roll straight. Just let it roll straight.
Maneuver complete.
So hey, there was Drew's practice flight. Now, let's start going over kind of what you saw here. So on a Top Gun flight, when you bring your airplane into a maneuver, you say you're on the heading that you want to fly. So you want to have the airplane established, flying in a straight line. Then you say maneuver beginning. Let's say we're doing a roll. You want to roll. This is show center. This is where you and the judge are standing. This is the center of the runway. If you were doing a roll, you want to roll, be inverted right here, and then out of the roll over here. So that's the hard part of this, is timing and thinking in your head. This is where the teamwork comes in. You've got your caller saying, here's your maneuver. And then as you enter your entry for it, you say, on this heading, maneuver begin, do your maneuver, and then you have to remember to say maneuver complete after you get done also. Otherwise, you're still judged for whatever you're doing. So you need to always make sure whenever you're doing your judging window, you have to call entry and exit. So that's kind of a hard part to get used to. For the EDF jet class, you have to do 8 maneuvers plus a landing. And then for the regular classes, it's 9 maneuvers plus a landing, which makes up to 10, basically. So it's 10 and 9. But yeah, if you look through that rule book, like I said, we linked it earlier. I might drop it again for guys that are getting in early. I'm going to have Lori go on and drop the Top Gun website down in the comment section again. I know some guys might be actually interested in learning about this, maybe doing it next year. It is an invitational only event. So you have to reach out if you want to be part of Top Gun, and you have to ask to be able to fly at Top Gun. So they don't let everybody into this. But if you are interested in it, you definitely need to kind of look at the rule book, start learning it a little bit, and finding that out. So Drew's flight was really great. We did several flights each that day. I think each of us put probably 5 or 6 flights in on our EDFs and got those really dialed in. And then I know we're trying to get out and work on them some more as the day goes too. I'm trying to also make sure I don't miss any questions that I see. I am monitoring the comment section right now. I don't see any right now either. Just Mike Bird, welcome into the chat. Good to see you today, buddy. So without further ado, let me show you my practice session now. We're going to get over to this. Now, I didn't call everything out at the beginning to the judges because we were just trying to kind of keep the videos going for the day. So when we meet up here, Jerry's going to be my caller for this, and I have the Top Gun judge watching in the background. So here we go, Lori. Let's cue it up and fire it in there. Did you break it again? Bring it back to me until you get it fixed. It did it again, the same issue. So we had it all queued up again to play that video, and it didn't take it. So she's getting that fixed again for you real quick. Is Top Gun all line of sight, or can it be done FPV? You know, I'm not sure on that, Duck Sauce, if you can fly FPV at Top Gun or not. I believe it is all... Uh-oh, did you take it over from me? I still confused. Sorry. I believe that it's all line of sight, though. You'll have to double check that rule book. Like I said, there is the Top Gun rule book. I haven't been asked that question before, and as far as I understand, it is all line of sight. Okay, so back to what we were doing, though. We're going to pull up my practice session now, and if you'll enjoy this for just a few minutes, we are going to get it kicking. Just kidding. Technical issues here. Now it's paused for some reason, and she can't figure out what's going on with it. Oh, the fun of live. The fun of live. Hey, EQ, good to see you, buddy. Glad to see you're here today, hanging out with us. How's your hummingbird turbine going? Victor, what's up? Just trying to keep an eye on all this. I know, Victor, it is a long way for you from California to over here to get to Top Gun. It is worth coming to once, though. While she's getting that ready, Top Gun is an event where you will see the world's finest models. I mean, the most amazing airplanes you've ever seen, where they literally rivet count. Every rivet is there that's on the real airplane. The landing gear is all tricked out exactly like it should be, depending on the class you're in, of course. Now, I'm in what's called the Sportsman class this year. So, Sportsman, you're allowed to fly ARF airplanes. It has to be based on a real airplane. So, you can't show up with a pink Tiger Cat or something. It has to be, you know, a real paint job from a real airplane that's on it, is the rule with your ARF. So, the airplane itself isn't judged in Sportsman. You get the same points. Everybody gets the same points on it. It's all on your flying skill during the Sportsman class. That being said, you still want to show up with a cool looking airplane. So like I've got the Black Horse. I'll have to show you guys here in a little bit. I've got Jerry's airplane here. Like I said, I'm just finishing it up. You think you got it now? Okay. Lori thinks she got it now. So we're going to go back and actually play the practice again here. Sorry, guys. You know, we have these technical difficulties happen every once in a while. Try to get all this set up beforehand. All right, so we're going to play my flight now. Jerry, I'm going to be taxiing out now.
All right.
Freewing Eurofighter.
So Drew's already pre-briefed the judges on his routine. Wes. You look a lot different than Drew.
Yes, and if you'd like to go over the maneuvers as I taxi out and pay attention.
He's going to do, after takeoff, he's going to do a fast pass. He's going to do a slow pass. And then he's going to do a loop. And then one roll and an Immelman. And then he's going to do a military break for landing. And then he's going to land. Easier said than done. Because everything has to be on the center line. And Drew and I are judging it.
That's right.
And Bob Curry's going to be here today as well. So, all right, ready when you are. So,
all right.
Gentlemen.
Beginning maneuver, takeoff.
Beginning now.
Beginning now.
So he's keeping it on the center line, trying to. Nice, easy lift.
Gear up and maneuver complete.
Perfect. That's a high scoring takeoff. So then you just want to get up high and kind of reduce
coast
the power.
it down. Yep.
Ride that roller coaster down. Save that battery to get through the whole sequence. Next maneuver, call it.
High speed pass.
On this heading.
On this heading now.
Beginning now.
Beginning now. Maneuver complete.
Perfect. Good. You might want to push it out just a little bit. And then a slow speed pass.
Slow speed pass. So go and gear out.
So
Full dirty for this.
Yep. So it'll go something like.
Bringing the flaps.
Gentlemen, the next maneuver will be the slow pass. And then once you make the heading turn, say on this heading, and then settle and get ready, and say maneuver begins now.
On this heading.
Perfect.
Maneuver begins now.
You get your gyro on or off?
On.
Because it don't look like it's on.
We're just getting some gusts of wind. Maneuver complete. Gear coming up.
Watch out for the Waco. He's above you, but he's high.
Yeah, I'm power out, just
All right,
gliding. All
so
right,
next
going into my loop.
What's up, Jeff? We're going to do a loop.
Needs to be show center.
Yes, sir.
All right.
On this heading.
On this heading. Maneuver begins now.
Walk those out of your way.
The bid's gonna stay high.
Okay.
Ooh, I pushed it out a little far. That wasn't the best loop.
So your entry and exit were way off. But it's all right. We're gonna sharpen.
It's okay. We're practicing.
We're sharpening the saw, man.
That's right.
But it's nothing without a critique.
Next, going to be the roll.
Yes, sir. Make sure you're inverted right in front of you.
Okay.
Get a little lower.
All right. On this heading, maneuver begins.
Not bad. Just gotta work on your time.
Work on the timing a little bit. Yep.
Did you say maneuver ends?
Maneuver ends. I'm sorry.
Gotta,
All right.
Gotta make sure you do that on front.
Coming up on my timer, but we got one more maneuver, the Embleman.
Yep. We're critiquing as we go, but we're gonna talk about it in the pits.
All right, Embleman on this heading. Beginning now. Maneuver complete, and now we're going to be doing our military approach to landing. On this heading, maneuver begins now.
Don't roll out of it.
Oh, don't? We keep it banked?
Keep the top side of the
Okay.
plane visible.
Okay. Air brake coming out.
20 feet over the center line, follow maneuver in. Complete.
Maneuver complete into landing.
Beginning now.
Beginning now.
Good. Good. Not bad.
All right, so there was my practice. Now, some of the things that I have changed on my routine since the day we were practicing. My loops weren't that great, and I didn't really care for my military approach to landing. And so what I've done is taken those two maneuvers out from my routine, and I've inserted a touch and go. So a touch and go is considered more of a harder maneuver, and it also counts as two maneuvers instead of just one. So I've gone on ahead and swapped those out right now in my practicing. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a touch and go in the middle of my routine now. I've always enjoyed it. I do it really well with that airplane. It's very locked in. And I also added the Hobby Eagle gyro to my Eurofighter. So all of the content you've seen so far of the Eurofighter here at Motion RC has been without a gyro in the Eurofighter. It's actually a very stable airframe, but I added that Hobby Eagle light gyro to it, and it really made that thing just so locked in. So if you've been thinking about putting one in there, it's super easy. Because the board mixes the canards and everything for you, it just programs like a normal airplane. As far as you just go aileron, elevator, and rudder into your gyro, and that's it. It's super duper easy to add that into it. Super duper. Lori's over there laughing at me. Anyway, so, I mean, that's my practices. Of course, we're going to go out again Sunday and practice some more with Jerry. I think we're going to actually meet down at Lark's this weekend. Is this based on a point system? It is, Mike. I have put the Top Gun rule book in the links down here in the description a few times with Lori. If you want to go back over to that Frank Tiano Industries, you can look at the Top Gun rule book. Most of the classes you get points for the airplane also, as far as the static judging. Now, like I said, the class that I am entering this year is going to be the Sportsman, which is only going to be based on flying. So each maneuver, I believe you get 10 points per maneuver, and it's all depending on, you know, how you do it, how many of those 10 points you get. Like I said, and the harder the maneuver is, the easier it is to get a high score on that maneuver. So like a roll is kind of a simple maneuver. So it's really easy to mess it up. Same thing with like the loop. The reason I pulled the loop from my routine is I can do a loop great, But I kept having issues where I would do my loop and I would start over the runway, and it was more of a barrel rolling loop, and I'd be 10 feet out from where I started, and you'd get a big hit on your points for doing that. Same thing when you do a loop, you want to come into it at one altitude, make the loop, and then you want to be ending right where you started the loop and at the same altitude exiting the loop. And it's actually really hard to do that. Next time you're out flying your RC airplane, practice this. Push your airplane out about 20 feet from the runway, enter a loop at one altitude, make the complete loop, and try and come right back into the same point you started, show center of the airfield, and on that center line where you exit at the same place. It's a lot harder than you think it would be to do it. Same thing with like a roll for Top Gun. You're going to start, pitch up, roll. You want to be completely inverted right in front of you, and then exiting the roll onto that same line. So think of it as a parabolic right onto that same line. Now there's two different rolls too. So that's more of a military roll, and then there's what's called an axial roll, where you want to try and roll the entire time flat on a straight line as you go from one side to the next. So there's two different rolls there, and all the maneuvers for Top Gun are listed out. There's a lot of them. You know, we're talking about fighter maneuvers right now. All the maneuvers we're looking at. We didn't really do a bomber in all this, but you know, Top Gun also has special maneuvers for bombers. There's a descending circle where you start at a certain altitude and you enter the circle and you stay banked the entire time, but you descend as you come down. So you start at 50 feet and then you descend down to 20 feet, you know, and you exit at that new altitude downwind. So, I mean, it's really a cool thing as you look at it. Yeah, there you go. Directly to the rule book. Awesome. I'm just going to try and keep up with also the comment section down here. Warbirds, obviously. Yes. So Top Gun, you can fly any scale airplane in it. It does not have to be military either. So you will see King Airs and all kinds of civilian airplanes out there. The only rule is it must be based on a real airplane. So you can't show up with an Avanti because it's not a real airplane. But, you know, I have seen a Viper out there before because a Viper is a real airplane. Mike, it's okay. Everybody misspells Lori's name. You're not the first. But yes, warbirds, props, jets, turbines, and they're all broke up into classes too. If you've ever been to like a car show before, you know how there's always classes. It's always, you know, muscle cars and tuners and that kind of stuff. So it's broke up the same way for Top Gun. You have ARFs, which is the sportsman class, kind of where I'm at. I don't just call it ARF because you can fly other things in that class. But if you want to fly your ARF out there, they have the sportsman class. And in that class, they're not going to judge your model. They're going to judge your flying skill. You can fly gas or electric in sportsman. I'm going to be flying electric, and so is Jerry. I was trying to get the Corsair done for Top Gun, and it's done now. I haven't gave y'all a big update on that yet. The Black Horse Corsair is built, but I haven't had a chance to fly it, and I really don't want to be flying that airplane that I'm not used to in Top Gun. The Zero I'm extremely comfortable with, and it's a lot easier to make a good performance with an airplane you're very used to. So that's why I'm flying that airplane. There's also turbines allowed out here. So, I mean, and you fly your rounds. So here's the other weird thing about Top Gun is this event will be there on Tuesday for practice. Wednesday starts the event. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're flying the main event for our warbirds. But when they call you to do your flight or your two flights during the day, you have to go fly no matter what the weather is. Now, you can skip it, but it hurts your points tremendously to skip your class. So you get to see airplanes worth tons of money flying in conditions that aren't always perfect. It could easily be 20 to 25 mile an hour crosswind when they call me to go fly my flight, and I'm going to go out there and fly it. And hold on to your booties because it can get pretty exciting out there. I know that if you've seen any of the videos from last year, I mean, planes get into the fence and get tore up, and these are $10,000, $20,000 airplanes sometimes. So it's a very big spectator event. They have around 10,000 people come through this fly-in, and I mean this is a huge event. So I highly recommend if you're out there. Is the Nexa P-47 big enough to fly at Top Gun? Yes, you could fly the Nexa P-47 at Top Gun, and you could enter it in the same class that I'm in right now, which is the Sportsman class. I may actually, if I can fit it in the car, I was thinking about bringing my Nexa P-47 and just having it on the table out there. We're going to have, we've got a 20 by 40 tent set up at the event, and we're going to be hanging out with everybody. I'm going to bring as many airplanes of my balsa airplanes I can out there and have them setting on the table. We'll also have our EDFs that are going to be flying later in the week. Let's see, Stud. Thanks for all you do for the videos, West. Newer to the flying side of RC and have all your new and old videos, trying to learn as much as possible as I can. Helps a lot. Thanks, Wes and family. Hey, thank you so much, Stud Note. I think I'm saying your name right there. Stud Notes. Thank you so much. It's always awesome to hear that what we're doing is helping you learn about the hobby. I know there's a lot of guys watching this that know all about the hobby right now. And I always try and remember I had to start somewhere, and I would have loved to have somebody telling me the information I'm learning now through here back when I started. So I hope you're really enjoying this for sure. All right, so let's get to the last flight right now. Hopefully we haven't had one successfully start today, so thank y'all for hanging in there with us. But the last flight we're going to be showing you is Jerry McGee. He's a super good friend of mine, as y'all know, and he's a heck of a pilot, so I'm super excited that he's my wingman out here at Top Gun this year. So without further ado, let's get over into his flight and check out what Jerry was doing. And it's broken. Why? Let's see. We're going to try it again. And nope. Maybe? Nope. We're going to figure this out here in a minute. We don't know why it won't start. It keeps switching to the video, but it won't play. Learning a lot. I love to hear that. Nope. Hopefully y'all can still hear me while she's trying to do this. I don't know why the video won't play for us right now. She's going to figure it out, though. I have no fears that she'll get it figured out for us. In the meantime, I am reading the comments, too, trying to make sure we check it out. A few weeks. Oh, no. You're here for the long haul. Everybody always starts just somewhere. I'm glad to hear that you've been here for a few weeks and getting in deep. There we go. Wall Street Will.
My name's Jerry McGee. I'll be
The information
flying in the EF class here
is
at
it
Top
playing?
Gun with an F4 Phantom. First maneuver will be a takeoff. Coming around doing a fast pass. Coming around doing a next maneuver will be a slow pass with the gear and flaps extended. Clean that up. Come around. I'm going to do a loop. And then I'm going to come around again and do one horizontal roll. And then after that, I'm going to come in and do an Immelman. And after that, I will come in for a military break, 270-degree circle, falling out on the center line about 20 feet. Call that maneuver complete. About 10 feet over from the transition into landing. And then.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. First takeoff maneuver begins now.
Okay.
Maneuver complete.
So that is the first maneuver complete. He's now going to call out his second maneuver.
Next maneuver will be the fast pass.
This will be his fast pass. On this one, he just wants a nice straight as an arrow, same heading, all the way down the runway, fast pass.
On this heading, beginning, now. Maneuver complete.
So he can do whatever it wants. That's what we call maneuver complete. He's just point, it's going to look real. Set up for his next maneuver now.
Next maneuver is a slow pass.
This is a slow pass. Slow pass is normally done with the gear out, the flaps extended in the slowest, dirtiest position you can.
In this heading, maneuver begins now. Maneuver complete. Next maneuver will be the loop.
Now what he wants to do is go in to the loop at one altitude and come out of the loop at the exact same altitude and heading that he is. Is the goal.
On this heading, maneuver begins now. Maneuver complete. Next maneuver will be the roll. With a little bit of a pitch up.
And I hope you're enjoying this. This is done off a cell phone, of course, guys, so hopefully the quality turns out good. If there's that
On this heading, beginning now.
roll.
Maneuver complete.
Timer. You can do whatever maneuvers you want. That's how that little maneuver is.
Next maneuver will be the Embleman. On this heading, beginning now.
Roll out at the top and stay.
Maneuver complete.
Getting close to the end of his timer.
Next maneuver will be the military break into landing.
Military break to landing. So what he's going to do is come in full throttle, brake at the center of the field, throw the gear out, and then keep the wing up pulled to us as he circles in to land.
Beginning now.
He's going to call this maneuver complete when he gets about 20 feet over the runway. And then he's going to start his next maneuver, which is actually to land.
Maneuver complete. Beginning landing.
Maneuver, there we go.
Maneuver complete.
All right, so there you go. That was Jerry's flight. I will tell you, Jerry makes one of the most precise loops I've ever seen. You saw it in that video. He has that down to an art form with that F4. We talked about that earlier for guys that were here in that part of the video, how hard it is to make that perfect loop where you enter right at show center, you're over the top right at show center, and you come back through on the exact same line you entered right at show center. He did it perfectly in that shot right then, which was a beautiful thing. He was definitely the drift king for his takeoff, though. We don't know what happened to him out there on that one. He kind of was all over the place, but he usually makes the most beautiful scale takeoffs and landings with that airplane. So it happens to everybody, though. That's what makes Top Gun so fun, is you can do it 100 times perfectly. When you get in front of those judges, that anything can happen. So it's pretty sweet. Yeah, Mike, he does fly it absolutely amazing, doesn't he? Big Jim, that's how it's done, that's for sure. Somebody had said they bought one from Jerry a minute ago. I saw that. Big Jim's RC, I bought an F4 from Jerry. Yeah. Well, it's so funny to me. Jerry's on like the 4th or 5th set of tires on that F4. He flies it so much. He wears the little foam tires out on that airplane on his pavement out there. So I think last time I talked to him, I think he counts them, and he's up to almost 300 or 400 flights on that airplane now. It's crazy how much he flies that F4. But yeah, I kind of hope you enjoyed this, guys. We also are going to have a full flight coming out on the Zero later. It might be next week, might be the week after. I'm not 100% sure. Being that we're going to be out at Top Gun next week, we've been really trying to do daily uploads for everybody. And I hope y'all have noticed it, and I hope y'all have been enjoying it. You know, sometimes it's a car, sometimes it's a helicopter. It's not always airplanes. Don't get me wrong, airplanes are always going to be my passion and love and what I'm doing the most of. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we're Motion RC. We do everything now. So I hope y'all been noticing that. I mean, we're trying to bring y'all content every day on these toys so you can see what you're getting before you buy it kind of deal. But, I mean, tanks and semi-trucks and crawlers, and we've got all the new crawlers. Like these little guys have been so much fun. But, yeah. I hope y'all been enjoying all that. Anyway, so that's the thing. I hope everybody that's in Central Florida or, you know, Georgia, close to the event, comes out next week. We're going to totally be, James coming down. We're going to totally be doing videos from the event every day. We're going to try and go live. You know, it all depends on how the cell phone signal is out at Paradise Field. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not. But we're definitely going to be trying to do live streaming right from Paradise Field. We'll have the full team out there working as far as video goes. So James will be making videos. Our goal is to hopefully maybe make a Top Gun kind of documentary while we're out there for everybody to see kind of after the event, what it takes to do it. How the scoring system works, everything. I don't know that I've ever seen a really good video on Top Gun as far as what it takes to enter and learn about it. Like I said, you can always read the rule book, but sometimes it's fun to see that video that teaches you about it. So something we're really excited about. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Yeah, Mike, see you later, buddy. Yeah, we're wrapping it up. The documentary would be awesome. Thanks. Yeah, Stud Notes. I'm going to get that right eventually. It's just a weird name to think of in your head. I've never said Stud Notes as a name. It's an interesting one. Practice, 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 and it shows. That's right. So, you know, this is the fun thing. If you want to become a better RC pilot, you know, everybody can just go out and fly and have a good time. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to maybe take your hobby and your craft to that next level, this is where you go. You start doing the competitions. And Top Gun, like I said, since I was a little kid, Top Gun's been going. I think this is the 35th year that they're celebrating right now. I can't remember off the top of my head. Lori's looking it up. I think I'm right, though. So it's a big milestone for them, too. Is it 35th?
The flyer doesn't say.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, it is.
35th. That's what I thought. So this is the 35th year of Top Gun. There's been many champions in the past. This is always publicated in the AMA magazine. This is something I've watched since I was a little kid. Same thing for my father. He's like, oh, this is crazy. I would have never thought you'd have been competing in this. We've been watching it since I was like 13 and started in this hobby. So it's really, really cool. Big Jim, I'm glad you enjoyed today's showcase. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I hope y'all have liked kind of the new setup. I set up this new area too. This is kind of conversation corner, we'll call it. I set up this little area of the workshop where I can come and just kind of sit here and hang out with you guys on these easier days. I know I'm going to do a live show, probably not next week, but the week after. I have the Flightline F4U 1600mm Corsair. I've actually got a lot of comments lately for guys wanting to see us take that out and do a flight with it and a full workup with it again. So I did get one of those in. So at some point after Top Gun, when we get through this, I'm going to do an unboxing with you and go out and fly that. But yeah, guys, it's been an awesome day. I enjoyed hanging out with everybody. I can't wait for y'all to see some of this content next week from Top Gun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's everything. So we'll see y'all in the next video, guys. Whether it's land, sea, or air, Motion RC has everything you want. See you later, guys. Bye. Who was that?